Hi guys, welcome back to your channel Ray of Hope, and this is going to be our 15th class for AWS. We gonna hope you remember from previous video. We created an EC2 instances and then we created a RDS, Relational Database System, and for that we uses a database called the SQL Server. In last video you will see it was deploying. Now you can see it is available. Sometimes it takes like about 5 or 10 minutes or could be more. It don't take that much of time usually, but sometimes it may. So I have used uses over here SQL Server editions, and you can see the status says available, the health is okay. In which region it was? US East, which is North Virginia. Again, if I change the region over here, I will no longer have the access of those RDS because those are available within the region only. Okay, let's get back to North Virginia. So now here we have our RDS system ready. Okay, you can see Informatica, CPU, current usage, maintain every other details we can see, and the load it is handling actually. Now what we need to do today, we need to configure the security group for both, for EC2 instances and for the RDS. So first we would be doing security configuration for EC2 instances. Now, if you remember, I need to get in over here again. Okay, so if you remember, we had we created one EC2 instances over here, right? Now I'll just go into here. I'll click over here. Now here I have once EC2 instances launch wizard. How I am coming to have to use this security group? Because the first video where they are we created this security group, this app server name instances for EC2. We uses the default one that was launch wizard. So therefore I just click over here. Okay, now it will give me an interface. There I have a inbound rules and outbound rules. I want to connect with the outbound network, so therefore I'll get into outbound rules. I'll select it, or even though if you do not select, just click on edit rules. Here eventually what I am using, I am using SQL Server, Microsoft SQL, right? So I'll just go ahead and use MS SQL. See, you can see there is no SQL Server. SQL Server is only known as Microsoft SQL. So I'll select this, and by default it will choose the default port, which is 1433. The it runs on 1433, right? And I'll as in range, I will put it as it is actually. You can see the rule decision are the allowing transit to base traffic IP phone IP basics both become a security policy rule to be more restricted and to allow only traffic for a specific IP known ranges. So that is something a security concern we would be covering when we would be doing some security stuff. Right now we are trying to learn how a application is being developed and deployed and how it is often get configured, right? So this is how a security group is configured. Again, you might have seen a developer blocks the ranges. This is where they do actually, because they want to accept the request from particular IP or particular range. So from here they can do that as well. And also in previous video we learned about CloudFront. From there you can learn how to restrict the geographical restrictions you can put on the particular website and all, right? Now I just do save. Cool. So now outbound rule has been created for this EC2 instances. Now I have to create because if you remember in our RDS we had RayofHope, right? So uh, we Just a moment. It should be. Oh, sorry. So again, I'm getting into different thing. So B created a database, right? SQL Server database, right here. Now we need to configure the security group for this database as well. Earlier, here we used to have a SQL security group in a particular like RDS console, but now it has been moved, right? And again, you have to get into the EC2. Now we created a security group and we named it RayofHope. It will give me a interface. I'll click on edit or outbound rules. It is saying all traffic. I'll go and specific do to the SQL server and then save it. Once I did it, my RDS and EC2 instances, both security group has been configured with the SQL server, right? In next video, we would be try to access it, and if we'll see if we are successfully able to connect our EC2 instances with the RDS national database or not. Thank you for watching.